Hello, I'm Piers Sellers, an astronaut, and I went to Cranbrook School in Cranbrook in the United Kingdom. I can't tell you that I definitely knew back in high school that I'd be an astronaut someday, but I can tell you that it would not have been possible without solid skills in science, technology, engineering, and math. So, if you're a student, take it from me. Education is the ticket to an incredible future. What you learn today can help you reach for the stars tomorrow.
So good morning to you today, Ken.
Yeah, good morning, Shannon. It's a great day in space. You got a happy, healthy crew up here getting ready to have some fun and look out the window on a great day. And so, for sure, you'll always be my home. Thanks, babe.
And it's a great day down here, and we're ready to work with you all day long.
Aboard Space Shuttle Atlantis, camera views surveying the payload bay. There are 4 corner cameras you see on the center right portion of your view. That's camera B. There are 4 cameras labeled A, B, C, and D. You're looking at this view from camera A toward the tail of Atlantis. In the payload bay, the foreground, the carrier, the integrated cargo carrier, housing a number of spare components to be staged on the outside of the International Space Station, the spare S-GANT or space-to-ground antenna, basically the brand new Ku-band dish antenna for the International Space Station. The cargo carrier also incorporating 6 new batteries for the P6 truss element of the International Space Station. The P6 was launched to the International Space Station as a truss component back in November and December of 2000, so 10 years ago, aboard Space Shuttle Endeavour. The P6 truss was temporarily used to supply power to the International Space Station as it was mounted atop the Z1 truss element that preceded it as a component of the International Space Station. The batteries were projected to have an on-orbit life of about 5 years or so. They obviously lasted much longer than that, and they're still operating. But this new set of batteries, 6 batteries that weigh about 400 pounds each, nickel hydrogen batteries, will be installed in 2 stages on the 2nd and 3rd spacewalks of the mission. Behind that integrated cargo carrier is the Russian mini research module, which is designated MRM-1, named Rassvet for the Russian word dawn, will serve as a stowage and experiment compartment that will be permanently mounted on the Zarya control module's nadir or Earth-facing port. That will be installed using the station's robotic arm. Sitting on top of that Rassvet module is a small airlock that will eventually make its way to the Russian research laboratory that is scheduled to launch on a Proton rocket from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan in the 2012 timeframe.
Atlantis, thanks for the live view from the flight deck. We are on board with you now.
Yeah, copy that. We're going to film the burn for you live.
Okay, thanks. Just saw a few jet firings. That was cool, too.
The 10-second burn of the right orbital maneuvering system engine, clearly in view, the camera set up by the crew looking out the aft flight deck window, that 5 mile/hour change in velocity. Crew now inputting into the digital autopilot the computers on board Atlantis, the next maneuver that will place the orbiter in the proper position for the best comm or the best communications ahead of the traditional Flight Day 2 traditional Flight Day 2 inspection of the thermal protection system, focusing on the wing leading edge reinforced carbon-carbon panels that line the shuttle's wings and also the forward nose cap. Each wing has 22 panels of reinforced carbon-carbon. Those panels are joined together, connected by T-seals that basically fill the small gap between each one of the panels. All of those components are comprised of reinforced carbon-carbon that can handle extreme heat loads during re-entry. The nose cap also made of the same material. All of those are inspected thoroughly on Flight Day 2, which is today, to ensure that they did not incur any damage during the launch phase yesterday of Atlantis. Additionally, tomorrow on approach to the International Space Station, of course, the traditional R-bar pitch maneuver, sometimes known as the rendezvous pitch maneuver, will be performed by Commander Ken Ham at a distance of 600 feet, which will allow the space station crew to document the underside, in particular the underside, the tile portion of the shuttle's thermal protection system. All of that information will be downlinked to the imagery experts here in Mission Control, who are housed at consoles in the mission evaluation room throughout the flight to assess the health of the thermal protection system.
Hey, Houston, our pan and tilt numbers are kind of all over the place. If you like this, we're going to continue left and get you the next picture on the top of 7-12 Bravo.
Hey, Tony, we like your plan, and if you can, just give us a start-stop call on the recorder so we can sync up with you.
Hey, Scorch.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think we've at least found the orbiter.
Parts is parts. You just let us know when you want us to verify your view.
We're actually going to ask for directions from here, but I think we've gotten onto the pan hard stop again.
Okay, I'll tell you what, we'll see if we can't give you a GCA from here if you want to hold in this position.
Sounds good, we'll hold.
Hey, thanks for the work, and sorry for all the frustration.
This is Mission Control Houston. The discussion that's been ongoing is relative to the pan and tilt system on the orbiter boom sensor systems sensitive package on the tip of that boom. There's some thought that there might be an obstruction there, but the crew may be just given guidance to visually position the instrument with a ground controlled assist, as Charlie Hobart just discussed with the crew. Essentially, while the troubleshooting continues, the crew can position visually and with concurrence from the ground to start the auto sequence of the wing leading edge. The first wing of choice is the starboard wing, the 22 panels that line the leading edge of that wing.
Hey, Tony, are you at a left pan hard stop? Is that what you think?
I thought so. Let me try to go a little more left.
Okay.
No, that's it. The switch is held left and it's not going anywhere.
Hey, let's crank it around to right. You're looking at panel 8. We're trying to get to panel 1, and if we can clear it in that other direction, we might be in the ballpark.
Okay, I was holding it right, and it looks like I'm at that hard stop as well. It doesn't look like it wants to pan either direction.
Interesting. Okay. Give us a minute to think about it. Atlantis, Houston, we do have good KU to the ground now, and if you guys can give us some of the motion restrictions you were seeing, driving it up to where you're seeing that stop and bind, that would be good. Help us understand how far we can take it.
Okay, the problem is right in the center of the crosshairs. It's that plug that comes right out of the side of the camera box. Around that cannon plug area is a metallic ring, maybe 4 or 5 inches in diameter. That is one side of the pinch point. The other side of the pinch point is the hard stop, which, as you're looking at that view in front of you, is farthest away on the metallic ring, if you will. In other words, closer to us, and we can see it from the other side a lot better than you can see it in that picture. And that hard stop in the metal ring are the 2 pinch points that sort of catch the MLI on the cable, which is going to be really hard for me to describe which cable it is coming out of the side of the camera body there. But there are 2 cables. One of them forms sort of a big loop, and it's part of that loop that gets caught in the pinch points. Over.
Okay. Pretty good description, Hawk. So that cable that winds out of the side of that cannon plug wraps around underneath and goes back into the camera. That's the one you're talking about that gets hung up. Is that correct?
That is correct. I'm going to try camera D for you real quick. That might work.
Okay. And if you could run it for us a little bit down and then back up so we can just watch it in motion.
Starting to pinch there. And there it's jammed. Nope, maybe not.
You know, it's deforming the cable.
Okay, yeah, it appears as it's starting to mush the cable around right there.
Okay, and then how far can you go in the other direction?
The other direction goes all the way to the normal hard stop. I can do that for you real quick. Yeah, Pierce is telling me you can actually see a dent in the cable where we're squishing it.
Okay, good. That gives us an idea what we got to work with.
Okay, and also I'll give you a little pan so that you can see that panning doesn't help this problem at all. No matter how much you pan it, you're still going to have the same arrangement.
Hey, just a big overview where we're headed. We're headed down the IDC, or using the sensor package 2 for scans. And the big restriction there is that we will need daylight for these passes, and that's kind of a half-truth. Depending on the panels we're scanning, if we lose daylight and they're lesser critical panels, and that's that whole scan duration, we may be able to press, and we're going to real-time that as we go. So right now, expect that we'll be daytime restricted with the possibility of pursuing into night passes.
Okay, we copy, and you'll help us along. We can always stop a pass in the middle, so if we got a little bit of daylight, we'll start one, and if you run out of good lighting, you'll tell us to stop.
That is the plan, Tony, and also we'll be running the late inspection procedure, which is just going to be hopefully a little bit more streamlined. We won't be doing the crew cabin survey and some of those scan type of surveys when you stop and scan. Those will be deleted.
Okay, I copy.
This is Mission Control Houston. The scanning of Atlantis's thermal protection system is underway using the alternate or the secondary sensor package 2 to gather data after a pinched cable was preventing the pan and tilt unit from operating properly in the normal or the typical mode that the scan is done. It's taken quite a while to work through procedures to default to the sensor package 2 plan, which essentially gathers the data using a laser camera system and a digital camera known as LCS and IDC. The IDC has a lighting constraint that requires daylight or some alternate light source, and so the scans are being done in the daylight passes around the Earth. Currently, Atlantis is in daylight as it will be so for the next 25 minutes or so. In the meantime, while that is ongoing, the crew down on the middeck has completed checkout of the spacesuits, the extravehicular mobility units that will be used for the 3 spacewalks after Atlantis docks to the International Space Station. And the crew now will move on to transfer preparations for those spacesuits. So that will pretty much wrap up all of the spacewalk prep activity for today, while other work is ongoing aboard Atlantis. With the problems encountered getting started with the inspection today, it does not have any effect on tomorrow's rendezvous activities with the International Space Station. The planned docking of Atlantis to the International Space Station is still scheduled for just before 9:30 Sunday morning Central Time.
This is a live view from Space Shuttle Atlantis' payload bay. You can see the very end of the orbiter boom sensor system being maneuvered back down into the payload bay. This camera is toward the back of the payload bay, so the tail of the shuttle would be towards your right. That orbiter boom sensor system being lowered down into its payload latches. There are 3 that it has to align with, and those will be closed down. and Atlantis' robotic arm will let go of the OBSS, and that is where it will remain until later on in this mission. This is a view from one of the payload bay cameras looking up at the OBSS. The Atlantic Ocean passing underneath the shuttle now. A very cloudy day there. What the crew is doing now is using those payload bay cameras to zoom into this very tip end of the OBSS to see if they can find out why this cable was getting snagged earlier today.
Hey Stan, I know it's not in the right position for putting the boom away. What we're asking is, do you need any more view of that cable caught on that hard stop bar?
Atlantis, we like the view of the cable, and you are go to position the camera for berthing.
Thanks, and work.
We're looking at Steve-O and Pierce's great mid-deck. There's a lot of room down here. They did a fantastic job. And as we look around, we see Steve-O and Pierce putting together the ergometer. And over by the galley, we have Bueno
making lemonade.
Making lemonade, because we're going to have a lemonade sale for anyone that wants to stop by.
I was thinking of making a stand over here.
Excellent. A pitcher with ice. Yep.
Atlantis for Hawk, no rush on this, but we wanted to just give you an update on the debris avoidance maneuver first station.
Okay, Scourge, stand by a second. I'm doing a couple of flight day highlights filming. I'll be back.
Absolutely crucial.
That's right.
Hey, no problem. We're just going to get it to you at your convenience.
We get our party straight.
Okay, and here's Big G doing science on little worms.
Science. So, this here is Gap Charlie. It's actually full of dilithium crystals. It's that powers the shuttle's warp drive. Actually, it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? So, anyway, what we do with this is inside these tubes, there's like deadly diseases like Ebola, E. coli, I think there's some Giardia in there. What else is in there, Pierce?
Various kinds of plague.
Plague. Nasty, nasty plague and stuff. So hopefully this one doesn't crack open. The last time I tried this, one of these tubes busted open and this Andromeda strain got out all over the cabin, but they say it should be fine. We just take some penicillin.
I just mopped it up with your sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
You just had that.
No,
Oh.
but fortunately, actually, really, I have no idea what's in these tubes. What Piers knows, right, Piers?
Yeah, Pierce, can you explain what's really going on as opposed to Garrett's goulash of description?
Which one's this?
It's a vaccine.
Vaccine? I think these ones where we've got various strains of bug in here, like MRSA, stuff like that. And we grow them in a host worm, little worm. I think this is the one. And we expose them to space environment. And generally speaking, most of these bugs get more virulent the longer they're in the space environment. So we take them back and we use them to develop better vaccines on Earth.
Sweet.
Well, there you go.
Well
But don't lick any stuff that spills out of it.
Okay.
Okay, and this is why Pierce is our science officer and Big G is not.
My job is I turn the crank.
He's a crank turner.
All right, here comes the crank turning. Ready?
Oh, you're going to? Okay, good.
Yeah, let's get this.
Go for it.
Here we go.
Look at it go.
Red is right. So this is left.
Looks like all the tubes are tracking this
Now
time.
let me go first.
Excellent. Nice job mixing it up.
Okay.
Alrighty. That got a little bit boring. I'm going to leave you alone.
All right.
And here's Steve. Ooh, Steve-O's
Hey,
kicking butt back
come
here.
back for the shaking.
Okay, I'll come back for the shaking. Steve-O, how's that ergometer setup going?
Who knows?
Who knows? Steve-O is our machine. Right after Miko, he unstrapped and did everything, and we watched. All right,
I remember it.
are you go for the shaking?
Almost.
All right, here you
Still
go.
cranking. Hey, you can't rush science, man. All right.
All right, I'll come back. We're going to go talk to Tony. You're
Yeah,
taking
almost
too
ready.
long. Yeah, I'm almost ready, right. All right, man, hurry up.
Shake, shake,
Shake your wormies.
shake your wormies.
Hey, easy with those worms.
All right, that's it. No
All
more
right,
shaking.
Enough shaking. Put those things away. Let them rest.
All right.
All right, then working upstairs here. is Tony. What are you doing up here, by the way? You're always doing something. I know you're doing something.
I was actually taking a break. I looked at the flight plan, and I made sure that we were all caught up with everything that I can do. I've got a message to take downstairs and put in my EVA binder. Your egg timer right up there under your HUD says 13 minutes, which I think
that means we're going to have a ohms burn here shortly.
That's my get to work time. It looks like it's 38 minutes to the burn.
Yep.
And so I didn't think there was a lot I could do. I got the flight deck camera mounted as far forward as I could to get a big view of the aft flight deck. And then I tried to tape some of the cables that route to that camera out of the way is what I was doing.
It's looking pretty. Your photo TV setup over here is doing Marby.
Yeah, we've got, we're not going to use the WVS and the Mon 1 and Mon 2 too much at the same time. So right now we've got them kind of up out of the way, but we'll loosen the brackets and pull them into a reach when we need them.
All right. And now for the stuff that everybody at home wants to see, and that's all good old planet Earth outside.
We're over north,
a little cloudy in this little spot.
Asia, and we'll be coming down over the northern part of Japan in about 10 minutes or so.
And there is how Tony knows this stuff. He's not just brilliant. Alrighty, that's all for now. We'll talk to you later. Here we are a little later in flight day 2, and Effie and Tony are flying the arm over to pick up the boom. Effie is very adeptly.
He's very hippily
free flying. Out the window. You can see him looking so studious.
So,
he
and as you look
is.
out the window, there is the arm that he is flying over to the boom. And hopefully he doesn't go boom. Underway, let me know.
oh no, you're getting this.
The little arm to grapple the boom. Very carefully. Driving the arm. I'm going to cut across your legs. Or did I do that again? And there it is.
I'm not afraid of the cams yet. If you want to mow them down a little bit more, I'm okay with that. And anywhere in there, I think I'm good. Nice job. Epic.
All right.
Okay. Take this sec. Look right here.
Ta-da.
I didn't get the other stuff is overexposed, but
and that was Tony the photographer being a great R2.
Oh, you got the mute plug out.
Oh, yeah.
My bad. Hey, stay in school. Don't do drugs.
Gotta love it, dude.
In defector mode. Yellow booty to auto.
Yellow booty to auto.
And give me just a second.
All right, I'm gonna pump.
Lost open.
1 potato, 2 potato, 3 on 41
There she goes.
to 01.
Putting myself in.
One, two, and the mode switch, in defector mode switch.
Yep.
To off, please.
Beautiful.
Fifth.
Brakes. On, please.
Talk back on.
Changing the payload IDs to 1.
So we have one grappled boom.
This is beauty.
Okay, guys, here we are on the flight deck. Let's all be quiet as Tony and Piers maneuver the small arm and check our heat shield for damage. Tony, how's it going?
It's been an interesting morning.
Okay, you want to go 95?
93. Negative 93.
Hey, Piers, have you hit anything with that arm yet?
No, we've been trying, but so far,
If you
we're
guys
being very careful.
going along at home, check it out. That's the arm right outside the window.
All right.
What's that clearance there?
Okay.
15, approximately 15.6 inches.
Okay.
That don't look like 15.6 inches to me.
All right. So,
They're 8. Look how close that thing is.
what you gonna do?
All right, let's try to pan tilt reset again.
That's pretty scary.
Okay.
That's what you gotta do
All right.
to see
Pan left.
everything.
Okay, Houston, we're going to try the pan tilt reset one more time. So we're going to go left to the hard stop, then up to the hard stop, and then reset it.
Okay. Say goodbye, fellas.
I'll stop on the left is good.
Bye.
Copy and agree.
Meanwhile, down on the middeck.
I am wrestling with a bag of oxygen masks. Freshly built.
Oh, they got that fresh mask smell?
Yep. It said to put 6 of these things with all their foam in the session storage bag, and that's the best I could do.
Wow.
5 + 1 on a string.
Wow, that's a lot of foam. And let's go down in here now, through the tunnel adapter into the shuttle airlock, this will be also the way we go to get to space station once we dock. Not now. Not now. Oh, I see somebody's foot. Hey, fellas. Got some flight day highlights coming through. Whoa. Okay, we're heading back into the airlock again. Sorry about that. We ran out of battery last time. But who's this? Some guys. You guys suiting up already? What's going on? Hey, who's in there?
Just checking the meter.
Checking it. Hey, fellas.
Yeah.
Well, it's crowded in here.
That's the idea. We're swapping out. I'm going to get your EMU next.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, guys.
Done.
Hey,
What you guys up to?
we're getting our suits checked out. We're gonna go spacewalking later.
How are they checking out so far?
They're checking out. Check it out.
This is our spare.
All right.
Checking the battery out, checking the battery out, checking the LIO serial number, and then we're gonna bring that other suit in here and check it out. So we
All
checked
right.
out 2 suits. We gotta check out 1 more.
We got one more that we really got like 2.5 suits, right? Because that other suit doesn't have any pants.
That's right.
That's
So-
right, but he's sensitive about that, so we weren't gonna bring that up.
Okay. You definitely don't want to go outside without your pants
That's
on.
your suit too, by the way.
That's my suit.
You want your pants?
I want my pants.
You want your pants. Okay, we'll make sure.
So I'm going to turn off this camera and come back and make sure I have pants.
See ya. Thanks for coming.
Say goodnight, Steve-O.
Good night.
Have you seen Hot?
He's the commander, right?
Yeah.
Let's see where. I think he was upstairs.
He
was. Not now.
Upstairs?
There for a while.
Up on the flight deck?
Yeah.
I was just there, man. I didn't see him.
Oh, but he said he was going to come down here and clean out some filters or something.
Oh, yeah? What you... Hey, what's that? Whoa!
I found an old pair of Bueno's underwear. Last mission.
They're still good.
You know, we could have used this.
Oh, yes, we are.